Okay, and this is going to be my fourth attempt to find a way to start introducing this topic of psychopaths. So, trigger warnings. And like I said, this is my fourth video in the attempt to, and I really feel that I need to delve deeper into this, so don't take my word as law, you know, or some type of textbook thing. I'm, like I said, delving deeper into it because I need to. And I have known that whenever I say that I've been around a lot of people who are narcissistic, histrionic, the blend, that really their behaviors are more along the line of psychopathic. Okay, I tend to make things sound much nicer than they are. I'm going to try to stop that. It's an old habit. I'm 56 years old. You know, they're hard to break. Now, to me, a psychopath is the worst. Okay, the cluster Bs. It's the worst, the most evil. You know, it depends on how you see things. Like, some would call them Satan spawn, or devil spawn, or pure evil. The worst kind of abusive person possible. And in my situation, and I have experienced this throughout my life, is when they put your life, they endanger your life, a person, your life or somebody else's or a group, whomever, and I have seen this. They endanger their lives out of sheer selfish reasons, you know, like narcissistic reasons, histrionic reasons, all the cluster B. You know, you can just sum them all up into that one, to me. You know, throw them all into that one. And they lie. They are pathological liars. They believe themselves too, because their world is crazy. They're crazy. You know, someone could say they're just crazy people. But the biggest thing is that hollowness, totally hollow. Like in one of the videos I had made, you know, gave somewhat of an analogy, but you know, basically like they're just recordings and recorders, and there's nothing really there. There's nothing in there that is true human. You know, I'm gonna not be PC about this one. No, these are so terrible. You know, they just, as far as the recording, they just repeat what they've heard or know that they're supposed to do if somebody is around that they don't want to know. But usually they don't care. These are people who don't care. In at least one of these videos, those three videos, I mentioned the way I was taught the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath is no longer the way that people see it. And I'm talking when I was an undergraduate, and it was basically that a psychopath has one target, sociopath has more than one or more, well, more than one. And it's like a little bit of a difference between psychology and sociology. Psychologists, you know, they usually have a client, you know, they can do group and other ones, but usually often it's a client. And sociologists, it's the systems, it's all. It's, you know, and sociologists are basically what they teach and go against is abuse of whatever kind. Racism, ageism, sexism, all these negative isms, as I call them, like narcissism. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. You know, they're against abuse, so it's of many forms. But psychologists, not as much. Okay. This is my fourth video to try to make over days, but I did have my life endangered. Okay, recently. Not just in the past, but I'm talking recently, by someone who was, it was over the phone. It's a long story. I'm not going to go all deep into it, but it was very, I can't say surprising. I've seen this. I've seen people who are like this, like I just described, that, no, they don't care. As long as they are getting whatever they want, or not having to do anything at all, because they don't feel like it. So what if somebody dies? I'm busy. Yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah, they're that psycho. And that is what we used to just flat out call them, psycho. And in one of the videos, I did make this example, give an example, and that would be somebody who, imagine you're walking on a marina, you know, boats and all, and I guess you call it a deck, and you're walking on this deck, and you somehow slip or trip or something, and you fall in the water. Okay, these are often what I've seen in the past. You're like 35 feet, okay, above. You know, the water's 35 feet deep. Okay, so you know you're there, and one of these types sees you. Okay, if he'll look at you like, that's your problem. I don't have time. I'm busy. It's not my problem. Or like I also said, these are types that will throw water on a drowning person. These are this cold. I don't think I can express how cold these people are. How indifferent, or I don't even know if it would be indifferent. They just, some of them get a sick thrill out of it. Some people would like to see that. There are psychos that want to see those psychos, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to post those other three. I have, during this whole process, this whole situation did not just happen once, just overnight kind of thing. It led up. And I had been publishing videos that I had already mentioned, that I had a whole bunch that were on private, and I have been making those public, one a day, every day, or almost every day, and then I would try to make, when it really started getting bad, I would try to make videos. Yeah, it was kind of like more like a failure on all of them, and this has been going on. When I really had my life in danger was last week, and I don't know when I'm going to upload this one. But so if it does seem like it just all of a sudden I start talking about this, and then what it was leading up to it, I didn't really make videos about really what was going on during the while. My way of processing was just to try to keep myself, have some normalcy in my life during all of this, if that makes sense. It made me think about, how you hear people say, be nice to people you don't know what they're going through. This is me lately. Yeah, nobody really knew what I was going through until this happened. And then that's when I noticed there are some, I didn't find them, I just noticed that these are some good, decent people out there, giving, caring people out there. Yeah. And then there's some pure evil. I'm going to call it as I see it. I see these people as pure evil. Pure evil. Okay, as far as handling or dealing with this type, at least the ones I have seen in all of this, one size doesn't fit all, but there is no such thing. There's none. As, some people would say, if, say, they're outed, they are actually outed, you out them, that they'll change. I don't believe it. I don't believe they'll change ever in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Maybe somewhere down the line I could say, yeah, okay, I think, but no. Right now I don't. I don't think that they worry. I don't think that they care. If anybody thinks of them in any, negative way. Some say that people do the smear campaign once they're outed. They turn it around. I don't think these care so much. They might, because that's programmed. It's like I said, recording. They're programmed a certain way. I don't want to think of it as some kind of mystical, magical thing, but it seems like it. It seems like they're just programmed a certain way. And I think some people would see them more like, demons put on the planet to try to ruin the rest of us. Actually, that's how I was raised as a Christian, was something more along this line. But these are devils. These are little demons. And really, all the kind, no matter how a person puts it, whether they call them pure evil, demons, devil spawn, Satan spawn, whatever, psychopath, these people are awful. And it is true what people, you can see it in whatever way as true. There's nothing there. Nothing. Okay? To change this mount, once again, this is the second one I've tried and they bounce. But they're bad. Okay, and I think no matter what way a person puts it that is along this line, yeah, it kind of like only scratches the surface. Because really, I'm going to start seeking. I was supposed to go today, but I have somebody working on my house today. But to sign up to get counseling, you have to go in and see this one woman, and it's counseling and other services. And she schedules these. I guess she does. I don't know if she does an intake. They really didn't know. The woman that was working there didn't really know. I think she was just not just but she was more of a volunteer or fill-in or something. And she said, I go and I see this one particular woman, and she can tell me. But yeah, after dealing with these all my life, I've sought counseling. I've been to counseling before, but it was like career counseling and other things. But those are other stories for another day of how that worked out. So yeah, I knew that I needed to see a counselor after having my life endangered, and no, it was. And I was asked by people, well, what led up to it? And that kind of questioning, like I was the one who did something wrong. I am well aware that this is a thing. The question, well, that's a different kind of situation, but yeah, people want to blame the victim because they have to set it straight in their mind. Some people, they just blame the victim no matter what. Some people always think it's always somebody else, but no. I was more of an innocent bystander. I was an innocent bystander in this. I wasn't the only person, by the way, whose life was endangered. By a psychopath. That's what else am I going to call him? Well, pure evil. I'm not diagnosing, but yeah, it was bad. So anyway, like I said, this is my 4th attempt. I'm rambling now at this point, but I'm going to start doing more videos. I think I'm going to try. Like I said, I'm going to seek counseling for this because I've started having panic attacks. At least I think they're panic attacks. I'm not really sure. But during the while that the worst part of this, which went on for hours, I had some, what is it called? Pains in my whole upper torso. Was put, I could say chest, okay, but it seemed like it was all the way around. And, and one of my arms, and I was asked, do you think, twice, by 2 different people, do you think you need to go to the hospital ER? I was so just, messed up because of what had happened, how it occurred, and everything, that I couldn't even answer straight. And here, they can't make you go, or it's kidnapping. Okay, and I was that messed up. And then, after that, I think that I've had too much caffeine during the day. I usually allow myself a little cup of, I don't drink coffee, so a little bit of caffeine, and I drink a Diet Big Red, so that was my caffeine. But I had some during the day, different, since then, and my heart felt like it was palpitating, and then I realized this is the same, when I had this feeling was when I had too much caffeine before. It could also be that I have an adrenal disorder. Yeah, in this kind of situation, I have not been able to totally calm down. Okay, that's why I'm seeking counseling. And I'll make the appointment, I guess tomorrow. I'll try to call them and see if they can do it, but I think you have to be there to do something like an intake, I would think. Like I said, the woman didn't know how it worked all, but she said, yeah, come in, and, so. I know that my glucose as a diabetic should not be 3 times as high. It usually is, and that's another services of their services. So maybe tomorrow, maybe they'll see me then. I don't know how it works, so we'll see. But I'm not worried about my life right now, so I'm not being stupid about it. But like I said, you never know. Whenever something really when something really bad happens to you, your life is endangered. Okay. That's life. That's not just, life in Narcissismville kind of thing. I'm talking life endangered. Okay? You don't really know. Seriously, you don't really know how it's affecting you. Okay, the stress, the amount of stress, Is it keeping, like, I even think, is it keeping me from doing something I should be doing, like being in an ER? I'm not feeling physically any problem except that glucose. And it went down again this morning, so we'll see. Since this is all over the place, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Don't expect it to be any different until my glucose gets back to normal, and it hasn't been for a long time. One of the things that I'm going to do, and had to wait for the pharmacist, was to get on insulin, and now I have to go to an appointment to learn how to use insulin. These things take time, and I'm hoping this other services at this place is one that would help with showing me how to do that, because the doctors I go to, I don't really trust them. They're just prescription renewers. Seriously, that's about as good as they are in anything. Renew prescriptions. I live in Texas. I'm a homemaker. Don't have health insurance. We did not have Affordable Care Act. We didn't get this. So, yeah. Figure that out. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up.